Come on, do magic. Oh, it says we're live.
There we go.
Somebody's got music or something playing in the background there.
All right, so welcome. Welcome to Badgers in the Biker Lifestyle. We're having problems streaming to Facebook right now, it's telling us. It's technical difficulties here. Okay, I'm going to keep talking because I know it looks like we're still good with YouTube, so we'll continue on here. I'm Angie, Mama Badger. This is the Badger with me. This night, you guys, is all about, well, two things. We've got Woody with us. He is the owner of the world famous Sturgis Buffalo Chip. Excited to have him join us tonight. He's going to talk about the chip itself, the events that's going on, and we, of course, are ending the world record poker run there at the chip. So we'll kind of go over what's going to happen when we roll into town. And the whole idea is to let all of you know that you are all invited to join us for that party, that big party when we roll in August 6th. And then the second half of tonight is going to be about, are we good?
Yes.
Is going to be about our veterans and having us pick four more. We have four more veterans that we're going to be picking. So we have with us Carmen Delutri with the Sunshine State Biker Lawyers, our Royal Flush sponsor, and I'm calling Casey marketing director. I don't know what.
Extraordinaire.
Well, yeah, extraordinaire, whatever Carmen is given. And they're here to help us with that, picking our four veterans. And I know we're going to have a lot of them on here anxious to get their name picked. And so first, let's do some introductions and go around who we have today live with us. I'll let you take it from there.
No, let me take it from there. All right. Well, I'm going to go by what order you guys are on my screen. So, Joe, introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. My name is Joe. I'm from the Stunt Lot. I'm basically the event liaison between the various stops and the various locations for the World Record Poker Run. So I'm here to put my face out there, let people know that there is somebody in the background helping organize the events and making sure that as we arrive at the various stops, we're able to just have a blast and have no problems.
All right. And Miss Casey.
Hey guys, I'm Casey Barris with Delutri Law Group, aka the Sunshine State Biker Lawyer. We're so excited to be doing this with you guys. So thank you so much for having us on. And like Angie mentioned, I do marketing. So I am a glorified chaos coordinator.
There you go. I'll remember that one.
There you go.
And then Mr. Carmen.
Hey guys, how you doing? Carmen Delutri here, the Sunshine State Biker Lawyer. I just want to say I'm proud to be Badger Nation and super stoked about this event. I mean, Badger Nation is amazing, but super stoked about this event, bringing a world record to the United States at a time when it's needed more than any. And I'm so happy to meet Mr. Woodruff. Can't wait to meet you in person. And Joe, thank you for everything you do. And Sonny and Angie, let's face it. You know how crazed I was when I heard this idea. I thought the most insane idea ever coming from Sonny. It can't go wrong. It can't go wrong. I know he's working his butt off on doing this for everybody out there. But I'm really looking forward tonight. We have some really exciting news to pass off. And I can't believe you're making everybody wait for an hour, but that's on you, not on me.
Yes. All right. And then Toby, now that you're back. I can't hear you. There you go.
I'm here. Yeah, my bad. Lost internet connection, and then I was turning my phone off, so it wasn't going to bother us.
All right. Introduce yourself, buddy.
Well, I'm Toby with Toby Northern YouTube channel and part of the crew of the support of the World Record Poker Run out of here in Elizabethtown, Kentucky. So looking forward to the World Record Poker Run and starting down there at Burt's Black Widow and finishing off at the Buffalo Chip. You can't beat that, man.
Well, so real quick, guys, not only is Toby a veteran and his wife's a veteran, but he is the one that vetted all of our veterans. So he called them all, made sure everything was good, legit. I mean, he spent hours on this veteran initiative trying to make sure that everything went smoothly. So thank you so much, Toby.
Thank you, Toby.
Now, last but not least, the man of the hour, Woody. Tell everybody who you are.
Our official name's Rod Woodruff, right? Woody from the Sturgis Buffalo Chip. I'm the chief cook and bottle washer here. And just so delighted to have you guys showing up. I tell you, this will be our 40th annual event. And over the years, there have been a number of people try to do significant rides, have a bunch of people show up, and it always falls apart because they don't do all the homework, the legwork that's required to do it. And, I think Joe is particularly aware of what all that takes to put that together. So my hat goes off to you particularly for, making all those contacts, keeping that rolling. And, we're so much looking forward to this actually coming together and expecting you guys to show up with 200 or more people. It's going to be just one heck of an event. You're coming in on Friday the 6th, which is our official kickoff for the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally. So you're coming in at the right time. So like I said, instead of donuts, you're coming in the afternoon. It's going to have to be tequila.
There you go.
Yep.
You guys heard that. He's going to have tequila waiting for us when we get there.
Not Julio.
So, the funny part of that is, so I don't know whether you know this or not, Woody, but we've never been to Sturgis.
Wow.
So we've wanted to go to Sturgis. And so this year I'm like, well, if we're going, we can't just go like normal people. We got to do something special. So that's where the whole world record came from. Last August, I'm like, I want to break the world record. And I started researching it. And so we've worked on this for a year. And then the last piece was finding the perfect place to end it. And I don't know of any other place that'd be more perfect than the world famous Buffalo Chip. So we're so happy that you're on board and we can come hang out with you guys.
Well, to get a certification in the book requires quite a little bit of stuff. If you're going to do that, let's work together here and arrange a special entrance, because they're going to want to count the number of people that comes in with you if you're going to have a real certification for a world record.
So we are Guinness. I've already talked to Guinness. Fortunately for us, we're going to have GPS tracking apps for every rider.
Okay.
So we can turn all that data into Guinness and they will certify our record that way. Since they won't send an official for COVID reasons, they gave us all these little intricacies that we have to follow. So the best part of it is all GPS tracked. So we literally have everything tracked. So it should be awesome.
Well, you're way ahead of me, and congratulations on getting that done, because it's just not that easy to get certified, for a world record. They're very, very cautious about what they award. So congratulations again. That's just more hard work and planning.
That's it. I mean, we had that piece before we ever announced we were going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
For that very reason was we wanted to make sure that, we didn't want to just attempt to do it. We wanted to actually do it. So we put the work in there. So we're excited about that. We're excited, like I said, to go to the Buffalo Chip. So with that being said, I know you guys, it's your 40th year.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing in itself. Just before we came on here, I was asking, about your relationship as, were you there at the very beginning? And so I liked the story you told me. Would you mind telling everybody else? Because, for me, it's that history that makes it more special.
Yeah, well, if we're going to do a history thing, what I usually tell people, they ask me to say, how is it that you come to put this together? I always just tell them it's kind of a natural outgrowth from throwing keg parties in high school is really kind of what the deal really is. But, the Sturgis Rally was something that was so small. I was practicing law a town about 30 miles away from here, and I had never heard of the Sturgis Rally. And I come back from a bar association thing in, in New York City, and there were some motorcycles riding up the side of the hill, and I stopped to watch it. And even then, didn't relate that it was a motorcycle rally, because the whole thing was, a few hundred people. And so when I got to talking with a client of mine who had a club, and we just thought, well, okay, let's throw this party out in the pasture. And we went looking with Joe Teresi from Easy Rider Magazine, because he got interested in it, had big ideas right from the start. And that's usually fatal when people want to start something in the middle of nowhere and have big ideas. And so we went around looking close around town to find a place that would have a natural amphitheater. Sturgis was in the process of trying to figure out a way to keep motorcyclists out of town because they're all professional criminals, kind of thing was the mood at the moment. And so we found a place that was really only about 3.5 miles out of town that was perfect because we had a natural amphitheater. From where the road was, you couldn't see any of it. And so people could goof off about as much as they wanted, and no little old ladies with binoculars could be offended. So, which is part of the way that, they got the city people fired up enough to try and keep motorcyclists from coming into town. So, we started off that way. And the people that I was working with at the time, they spent a couple of years and decided it was a bad idea. And from there started fresh, kind of last man surviving, and started with our first event. I think was let's see, we had the killer. I'm terrible with names, but Jerry Lee Lewis, and of course he didn't show up, but Johnny Paycheck and Willie Nelson's daughter, Susie, did. And we just had a heck of a party for a couple hundred people, and really started from that. We were out in a pasture that we were borrowing, and didn't have any money anyway. And so we just had that first party, but people had a good enough time that they come back and invited some friends the next year, and just kind of went that way every year for 39 consecutive years so far. So we're looking forward to the few hundred people that are going to be enjoying the ride with you. It's pretty interesting because as I look at my reservations as they come in, somewhere over 70% of the people that have made reservations this year, it's the first time they've ever come to Sturgis. And thinking about that after all these years and the notoriety that we have worldwide, I just finished a call from, a fella who wanted to make arrangements for groups from Germany to come this year because they wanted to come to the Buffalo Chip and they wanted to make sure there was enough room. They were sure the government was going to let people out of the country by then and that the United States would be letting Europeans in. And so they wanted to make reservations today to come. So, it's to have that kind of worldwide recognition is quite a privilege. It's a bit humbling actually, as it should be, I think. But yeah, we just kept growing, adding little things. Eventually bought some property, and then, bought some other property that was next to it, and then bought some more property that was next to it, and just kept growing as we needed to. We started off, somebody said, well, you got to have, a fence around the place. So, we put a fence around the place because we just had 3 strands of barbed wire. We'd come out and chase the cows out on Monday. I closed my law office at 5 o'clock and drive over here and chase the cows out, and we'd be having a party, right? So that's how it started. And just one step at a time, somebody's got to get some electricity out there. Then you got to figure out a way to get water for people. And that's when I still didn't realize at that point in time that when you're in the people business, you're really in the water and toilet business. And so, that it's not the brightest part of the whole business, but it's the most necessary.
It can definitely be a crappy job sometimes.
The TV show on what the nastiest jobs are. It's they were out here and looked around, but we'd had it too well refined by then.
So like you, like you had said, it all starts from that one little idea. I mean, we're super honored. We literally have people from Sturgis riding to Florida to ride back to Sturgis and set the world record. So
Really?
we have a lady from Ireland flying in if the border's open. But it's just amazing the reaction we've had to this. And so when you talk about people from all over reaching out, that's quite an honor that they would even consider.
Well, there's something about motorcycles that creates a bond amongst really fine people. I mean, we have all the time, you say, wow, how is it? The professional people from the entertainment industry will say, how is it you can have so many people, and never have any trouble? And I just tell them it's because they're all nice people. I mean, that really is what it comes down to. There's something about motorcycles that just reaches out across all boundaries and people come here to have a good time and make friends and bring old friends along and come back and see the friends that they made a few years ago, right? And just kept in touch with. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and have one heck of a party while doing it.
Well, that's our job, is to make a party, is make sure that they're all have something to talk about when they leave.
So I've heard a rumor, and I didn't research it because I wanted to ask you. Do you guys have your own zip code?
No.
Okay.
We were a city certified municipality by the state government for 5.5 years, but frankly, the city of Sturgis hated that, and we'll just call it a kind of a political favor. But the Supreme Court of South Dakota made an exception here for us and declared that they were undoing our certification as a municipality in probably January. Been 3-4 months now. So we did have a municipality up the street, and we're looking forward to continue and develop that. But we'll just continue to develop it anyway without the certification. So it's kind of like one of the justices said, is we're a de facto municipal corporation anyway. So we'll just roll in with that.
I got you. So how large are you guys currently?
We're 600 acres, and during the certain period of time in the state, we're large. We got about the second or third largest population of any municipality in the state. So it grows pretty quickly.
That is awesome.
And then everybody goes someplace else. And so we've just in the last couple of years, we've had quite a number of people that actually, you saw the movie Nomadland, right? They've got to have some place to call home, and they call the Buffalo Chip home and register to vote here. And, we lease them a lot to call home and get their mail here. And, and then they drive around and spend February in Cabo while we're getting ready for spring so they can come back in the summer. So that's everybody's routine.
That's insane.
Yeah, crazy, huh? So I know myself, I can't wait to get on there, but I know a lot of people watching and a lot of people riding are going to spend a lot of time at the Chip. And I also know it's your 40th anniversary. So you've probably got a huge lineup of stuff going on up there, don't you?
Oh, we always have a pretty good lineup, and we always have a lot of activities. And, I could take up a whole hour probably if I could remember all of them that we have going on. Like we had a staff meeting today. I said, if we have one more activity, it's always welcome because we want to, particularly anything that's motorcycle centric, we want to have it going on. So, yeah, we have nine bike shows. We have a Women's Day featuring all the women riders, a tribute to the women riders, and complete with classes and so on how to be building and how to be doing welding, that sort of thing going on. But we have the other stuff that's real entertaining. But if you want to talk about the lineup that we have, we're blessed to have Kid Rock come back this year. I mean, he's one of our heroes. I mean, if you come in, you look in the wall in my office here, we've got a photograph of lightning striking our water tower, which is about a little over a quarter of a mile from the amphitheater. And you see it's 11:30 at night. We were filming a live concert with Kid Rock, and it's 11:30 at night, raining cats and dogs. He's performing in the rain. The crowd's standing there in the rain watching him do it. And photographer just continue hitting the little clicker on the camera. And man, he just hit the shutter at the right time. The same millisecond that lightning struck the water tower, lit it up and lit up everybody in the whole place and made just an incomparable photograph. So when you're here, we'll show it to you. In fact, I think it might be on our website, though, buffalochip.com. You can take a look at that. Somebody thinks, well, they faked that picture. Nope. There's no way in the world to do that. It's just 1 in 100 million, and all those people that are there, you can't see a shadow anywhere. It was perfect timing, which just has to be accidental. But we also have Kid Rock's on Sunday night, the 8th, when you indicated you were going to be here. We got a couple of shows before that. Like I said, our grand opening is on the official openings on the 6th on Friday. On Wednesday is Easy Top. On Monday, when we do our Legends Ride, which is a fundraiser, we fund Sturgis Motorcycle Museum and Hall of Fame and the local Special Olympics people. We bought them some buses so they could get the kids around. Then we bought them remodeled a gymnasium that somebody dedicated to the Special Olympics so they could use. And this year we're working on a softball field for them to be working with. So that happens on Monday, and we're going to have some pretty cool things. We call that the Legends Ride. But on Monday also we have Stone Temple Pilots performing, and I think on June 8th we'll announce the rest of the lineup for those days. Shinedown on Friday, whatever day that is, Anthrax and Black Label Society on Thursday, Blackstone Charity and their POD, Ashes to New, and just seems like I'm missing a few yet, but we have a few more being announced on June 8th. And so I think that isn't even our last announcement. So anyway, that's coming up, and anybody that's on the newsletter, subscribe to that, gets that information right off the get-go. So
real quick, how do they do that? On your website?
Yep, buffalochip.com.
All right, guys, go to buffalochip.com and get on their newsletter so you guys can find out what concerts and what stuff's happening as they announce it.
Yep, and they'll probably give them leads too. We do YouTube videos every couple of weeks just to kind of give people a little bit more personal touch about what's going on. And so it all comes through the buffalochip.com site.
Okay, fantastic. So I did see one question in here. It's actually Toby who's on the screen here, but he wants to know, is there a particular year or concert that stands out to you over these 40 years?
There are several that stand out for different reasons. Right now, I just told you Kid Rock was here again, but when he was here last time, it was political campaign time, and he took the liberty of announcing his candidacy for the presidency here. And I got to tell you, the whole performance, the whole show, that announcement, it was so good. It was just unbelievable. And Toby Keith will knock him dead. The same thing. Snoop Dogg. It just, some things just surprise you, just shock you. And Snoop Dogg was kind of one of those things. He just was so cool. The audience just loved him. It was pretty fantastic. But going way back, I was telling somebody the other day about way back in the 80s. We had Hoyt Axton stopped by, and probably not too many people remember who Hoyt was, but he had the most magical golden voice there was. He wrote songs that like Three Dog Night with One, and Never Been to Spain, and all of a sudden I'm flipping out on a bunch of them. But anyway, he was just amazing, showing up in his motor coach, which was the first time I'd seen a motor coach. And he up on the top rack, he'd just come from down south, and a friend of his made good moonshine, apparently. So he had a shelf all the way around the motor coach with quart jars up there, full of moonshine. So we had a great little party. That was our first moonshine tasting contest. But we had, Steppenwolf was performing, and some of the members of that were, they got the standing ovation kind of thing, and they were killing the show. And we had the Kingsman, if you remember Louie or ever heard of it. Like I said, this was back in the 80s. And so we had the Kingsman, and I'm standing back behind the stage talking with the band, which almost never happens, but we had just kind of a relationship because I was back in the upper Northwest at the time in the Seattle area when they hit it with the Louie thing. And they were all dressed in white suits. And we didn't have lights yet in the amphitheater or any place yet at that point in time. So it was still pretty dark out there, very frankly. The lights came from the stage, and we didn't have a very good or big stage at the time either. And I just felt sorry for those guys because, the Steppenwolf guys were just phenomenal in that the audience reaction, the standing ovation, the encore. And none of these guys looked the least bit concerned or anything about that. And, geez, they got on the stage, and I'm telling you, within 30 seconds, they had the whole audience just eating out of their hand. And, it went on. We booked them because they had a reputation of being the greatest garage band anywhere. And, man, they really were. They knocked it dead. So just because of the lead up for that thing and the performance, that was amazing. But otherwise, we reach out. We had Cher there when, 2000 maybe. And she had to leave early because she was flying back to have dinner with President, what's his name? And, and so the audience just booed her. And so she ended up flipping off the audience, and it was.
That's not really the audience you flip off, is it?
Oh, everybody took it in stride. But yeah, she was upset. She thought, you guys of all people, booing her. So yeah, there's been times it's just been fun. It's all been fun, one way or another. So yeah, there's a lot of memories in 40 years of stuff going on. No question.
I bet I could literally just come hang out with you for a day and ask, hey, tell me this story. I would have a blast. I love this stuff. I did get another question. So concert tickets, can people buy concert tickets for the Chip through the website, or do they have to buy it in person?
They can do either. We do it this way. We say, you buy your admission, that entitles you to camp if you want to. And very frankly, the reason for that is that when those first few years, people would be out here partying, and pretty soon the highway patrol would just waiting for people to leave, right? And busting them for DUI. And so we started saying, okay, you have your campground, you can camp here, and the concerts are free. So you got this one price, right? And then we had to start explaining to people, you don't have to stay. You can leave after the concert if you want to, and you're staying someplace else, right? So if you want to just show up at the box office that night and see Kid Rock or Shinedown or whoever, you can do that. And you don't have to camp. But really, if you get to partying a little bit too much, you might as well pull out the bedroll and hang around.
Absolutely.
Bunk with somebody else. I guess there's a lot of that going on.
I know the Professional Monkey is a YouTuber, and he's also on our chat here. And I know he's staying at the Chip in his RV, so we'll all just go crash at his RV.
Well,
Thank you.
that'd be a good thing. And for her response, the Bob and Tom Show did an interview one time, and out of the blue, they asked me, said, "What's the biggest seller at your convenience store?" And it was condoms. So I just told them, and so they cracked up about that.
Yes, of course it would be.
We're also the only campground in history that one year we had. This was another 20-year-old deal, but let's see the purple pill. Now I'm just blanking out on the name here for the
Santa's little helper.
yeah, Viagra. Thank you. So we're the only camp. We had a bunch of doctors that for a year saved all the Viagra samples that the drug companies gave them, and we gave free Viagra out here. So we had a bunch of doctors out here and said, "How cool is this? You get to drink a beer and write a script just like that, and give the Viagra out." So we've had some unusual experiences around here.
We were talking with somebody that was there camping, and he was talking about the guy camping just next to him, and he was writing scripts.
Oh. Okay.
So he wasn't lying.
That must have been the only year where there were just 24/7 tents being pitched.
Well, you're right. It was the only year because when the manufacturer of Viagra heard about it, they put a stop to that. It didn't happen again.
Somebody's always
made
got a
the
good
newspaper
time.
headline and been considered politically correct.
Yeah, we've not been too concerned about being politically correct, frankly. This is our 30-something consecutive year of having a Veterans Day, a tribute to the American veterans on which are our Thursday dedication. We started that off. Veterans weren't all that popular. The Vietnam thing was still kind of a sore spot. And so we started that, and we have that every Thursday, and we give some awards. We do some different things and contribute to some charities. We have a thing we call the Freedom Field out here that we have a military, like a cemetery formation of 800 American flags that flies out here. We have the battlefield cross and memorial out in the middle of the field, in the middle of the flags. And then right behind it, we put up an 80% exact replica of the Vietnam Wall in the back. And it's absolutely a moving experience. And above it all, then we have a 50 by 80 foot flag that we fly 120 feet up in the air. And I tell you, one of the most moving things that ever happened, if I can tell you this without just choking up, because it doesn't happen very often, I can do that. But it was the first year that we went to Iraq, and we had it was like 7 o'clock in the morning, and two Army guys show up in complete uniforms looking for campsite X, right, to advise these two campers that their son had been killed in Iraq the day before. And we had an active duty general camping here, and some different folks that had their uniforms somewhere available. And so we had a missing man ceremony out here in our field of flags. Wow. Anyway, obviously I still can't get through that without choking up, but we've had some times. So.
Yeah, like I said, I could sit here and just listen to the stories. That's awesome. What'd you got, honey?
Well,
Woody.
It's a big deal for us. So, yeah.
Thank you for sharing that, Woody.
Yeah.
So,
I've had people reach out to me and kind of ask what to expect when they're rolling in that night. Is there a lot of traffic that you guys will, when do people usually start getting to Sturgis to start? Because that is the starting day. So
okay. So when do people arrive for the show, you mean?
Yeah, start setting up.
Well, our vendors will start. Our vendors, we have about a little over 100 vendors here, and they arrive and get set up by Wednesday the 4th this year, and most of the people that are here for camping will show up on Friday, sometime on Friday, and several thousand of them will show up Friday and Saturday, and until there'll be some drifting in sooner, and more continue. But after you get 20 or 30,000 people show up, you don't notice the individual arrival probably so much. This is a riding rally. We got the Black Hills, which some of the best riding roads in the world. We got some iconic things to just go look at, like Mount Rushmore, the Crazy Horse Memorial, one of the 7 natural wonders of the world, Devil's Tower. And, we got a bunch of battlefield, if anybody's a historian, Custer camped over on this side of the campground. Crazy Horse got his name over here on this side of the campground at history's largest war party ever. So there's a lot of things that people can go ride to and see, and then they start arriving back every day, starting about 4:00, they leave, go someplace, look at something, come back, and, maybe take a shower, have a steak or have something to eat, and then get ready for the shows, and then just party until they get tired, and go back to camp.
So what time does the chip shut down at night?
People go to sleep.
Okay.
But we're 24/7 year round, including during the rally. We shut off the amplified music at 1:45, and we break the headliners come in about 10:30 because we just learned that the people that are out, it's August, it's beautiful weather. At midnight it might be 72 degrees. I mean, it's just a perfect thing. You're out riding the bike, you're coming back, and the headliner's on at 10:30. So if they don't make it for the first act or two, or any of the dancing girls, they still got time to catch the headliner, and headliner's over at about midnight. And then there's Miss Buffalo Chip pageant. We got that in 3 different sessions in between and after the bands, and that starts at midnight till about 12:30. Some of the other stages, our showcase stages, kind of break down and have different bands performing until 1:45. So when people leave the main amphitheater, which we call the Wolfman Jack, amphitheater, our stage, just because we got more stories about when he was here, right? And then they go back to, some people will party in their campsites all night long. They have to sleep sometime, so you can do that in the morning,
right?
So not everybody believes that. And at the same time, we got 600 acres, so it's entirely possible to camp someplace where you don't hear all this stuff going on either, right? And so, but most people come, they find themselves enjoying the other people, enjoying the company, enjoying the party. And, really our best entertainment is provided by the other people that are camping in here. I mean,
the people watching, man.
Those stories.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a if you're a people watcher, this is a good place to be.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
do you hang out the entire time too, or
do you leave for New York or something?
I'm parking cars and telling people that a toilet needs to be cleaned. So I don't do too much, just hanging out and just partying. I got to work that week.
Yeah, that's a big week of the year.
I've made so many friends. I can come and go some other places other times of the year, and get plenty of partying in.
Yeah, like us. I mean, we're doing this event, but there's a lot of work.
Right. Yeah, everybody's like, we're so excited. This is going to be so much fun. And we're like, it's going to be a lot of work. When we land in Sturgis, then that's when the fun starts.
Well, our job is to take the burden of that work off for you as soon as you get here. So, you stay in touch and let us keep tuned with the plan so we can enhance your party and make it effortless for you once you get here.
Awesome. That'll be awesome.
Yes, thank you.
So I thought of a question. So the layout, since I've never been to the tip and a lot of people haven't, the layout, I suppose you have a certain amount of stages, a certain amount of bar areas. How does that work?
Oh, we have about 30 bars around the place. So we want to make sure you don't get dehydrated.
Absolutely.
It's not a far walk from one to the next.
Bring lots of cats.
People find their way around pretty well. And as I say that, there have been people here for 20 consecutive years, and I'll put them in a golf cart or something, go for a ride around with them because I got to go someplace and talk to somebody or something. And I say, geez, I didn't know this part was here. And so, they don't get around everywhere. They just get around the places that are having some fun. So, we got our hot spots where you guys are arriving. We call it Crossroads. And, that's a nice little spot with a bunch of vendors and pretty cool bar and just a nice area. And then we got Bikini Beach, just one of those things that just the first year we built that. First time I showed up, here comes this Greek goddess out of the swimming hole. And I thought, geez, this was a good idea, And, we got cottonwood trees there. We could just tie a rope up around a big branch and people are, swinging out over the pond and jumping in. It's, a little place to play and keep cool in the afternoon. So you have those kind of things. And, we'll have different areas of the campground set up with different atmospheres. So we have a Patriots Pavilion that we had some stuff. Actually, we had our Hoyt Axton stage over there. And, right now that's dedicated to a women's group for a bunch of women bikers that, come in and just occupy the space and have their own bar and stage. And so there's a bunch of places. So now I think I'm wandering, so you'll probably need to ask me another question before I just ramble too much.
Actually, I thought you were doing fantastic.
I've got a question.
You bet.
So coming from somebody who likes to set up events and host events, there's something that always seems to come, and it's when you finally have that moment of relief where you're just like, all right, we did a good job. At what point during the rally do you actually have that moment where you're just like, man, this was fucking great. We did awesome. I can't wait to do it again next year.
That exact feeling I've never had. I get elated just when I see friends and we're having a great time and, maybe I make the rounds, I have to admit. I make the rounds and maybe we'll have a shot of tequila and a quick snack or something as we go around. And I just appreciate all that. And then when I get to see, the audience appreciating the entertainment, say it's Snoop or Toby or Kid Rock, and you just see everybody enjoying what they're doing and know that you put all this together so that, thousands of people out there having a damn good time. You think, well, that's great. I mean, that's really what the whole thing is all about, is giving people a place to have a good time and relax. And so our goal is really figure that a good share of our audience, their kids are old enough now to be left home. So they come out here to kind of recreate what they dreamed about doing when they were in high school. And that's just cool to see these people having that much fun. So I do that all the time. And there's never been a question about, are we going to do it again next year? There's just enough friendship and enough excitement about it all, and enough people that really don't want you doing it, that you just continue doing it, right?
Yeah.
Just that borderline of being wrong, right?
It's okay to be wrong. You just have to keep doing it. It works out. That's that 95% of success, just showing up. So, yeah, quitters never win, winners never quit.
Well, I feel like this year might be like a really big year with everything that happened last year. I think you might have like a record-setting type of year at Sturgis. Everybody's trying to get out and do something.
Well, you know, I'll tell you about that in September. That's kind of the thing. You never know. You always think, wow, what if I throw a party and nobody comes, right?
Right.
And so far that's worked out okay. It hasn't really happened. So we're going to try it again this year. And I think you're right. I think there will be quite a number of people. I mean, last year we had a lot of people here. And it was probably the happiest rally that we ever had, because so many people were saying, oh my God. And this is a quote. I mean, oh my God, thank you so much for giving us a place to go and get away from that hellhole our cities become, right? And I heard that more than once, just exactly that way. And, you know, that and, oh, we love your governor, she should be president, right?
We got that a little bit
Because-
before as well.
Yeah, and I remember one reporter. I mean, I did 4 hours of interviews with every friggin' media outfit there is for the first 5 days, and you know, these guys would come out here with an agenda trying to make us look bad, you know, and you know, guy looks around. I remember a guy from ABC just looks around after he's done, because when they interviewed me, they didn't get anything except, you know, this is all a bunch of crap. This is an outdoor event. We're doing this safely. And, you know, you can do that outdoors, right? I mean, finally, the CDC is admitting that. But, you know, the guy from ABC, I just remember looking after he was done, you know, he says, well, I can't tell you how this is going to be because I can't do the editing, right? But you just look around here, there's not even a building in sight, right? And, you know, we had doctors here that worked in the emergency rooms. And one of them worked in the big hospitals in New York City. And he said, you know, it's real because every morning we'd walk by the refrigerated trucks that were holding more bodies than the morgues could handle. But says, we know how to avoid it. And these doctors weren't wearing masks out here either. This is outdoors. And as far as we know, we made it through the whole deal, you know, maybe 30,000 people here that, you know, camping, and nobody got sick. We had 100 and some bartenders out there, mostly in bikinis and not wearing any masks. They didn't have to if they didn't want to, and nobody wanted to. And we did not have one of them get sick, right? And so, yeah, we're going to do the same thing this year. We're going
Awesome.
to be as normal. We're going to be as normal as we ever can be, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, you know, yeah, it doesn't have to be average, or doesn't have to be somebody else's normal, but, you know, we're dedicated to the spirit of American freedom. And frankly, a lot of the things that have happened in the last couple of years really don't jive with what you know, it was a free country when I was a kid. That is maybe my favorite title to a book ever. It was a free country when I was a kid. And it hurts to see that being eroded. And but now don't get me started talking about politics. But, you know, there's a reason we got 800 flags out here in the Vietnam Wall. So
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were lucky, and we're going to announce 4 more this evening, but we were lucky enough to raise enough money to send 8 veterans on this trip for free. So all the way from Florida to your front door, they won't have to pay a penny.
well, thank you for that. I hope that they're around for Thursday. Thursday is a special day.
All right. For those of you watching, Blake Chin, he's riding the ride with us, and him and I were on the phone for an hour and a half. He's coming from Texas to Florida to ride, and he's booking his hotel rooms, and he was asking about Sturgis and the Buffalo Chip, and asking, is it too late? Is there still campsites available for him to camp out?
I missed part of what you said there about, so there's a question there, and I missed the question part of it.
Is there still space for him to be able to camp there?
Oh,
The route, you know, you always hear, oh my gosh, there's no place, you know, you need to book years in advance to be able to stay there. So He's just camping, no RV or anything. He's just camping there. So is there
I
space?
I always thought that the competitors that we created, because we created a whole industry of people around here, you know, with other campgrounds and stuff. I always thought they started those rumors about we're full. You know, truth of the matter is we still have room for 1 million people. So come on, you know,
Okay.
we have space, and if we need more than 600 acres, we can find them.
All right.
There you go, guys. So anytime you want to go to Sturgis, last minute or not, you can go stay at the Chip.
That's exactly correct.
And where else would you want to stay with all the people they've got there and all the people watching and all the bars and I don't know why you'd leave.
A lot of people don't leave. They stay here all the time. We got plenty of food, lots of water, and good time. So.
Can I throw up the professional monkeys?
Yes, if you want to, if you can find it
If
again.
I can find it again.
You can go up a little more.
So,
a lot of people, trailer their bikes out, come out with the motorhomes, and they get here and they're rested up, they're ready to get on the motorcycle, and really they need to see the roads and the mountains around here, the Needles Highway, and just the road over to Devil's Tower. It's just a beautiful experience, beautiful riding.
There's comments that are happening, of course, chat and stuff that's going on the side and YouTube and on.
And here's one from
Facebook,
Professional Monkey who's actually staying at your campground this Sturgis. So he said that you have a cult, and if you decided to stop, 200,000 people would still show up and just say it's happening.
So Casey, Carmen, Toby, Joe, did you guys have some questions that you want to ask?
Oh, Carmen does.
I like this guy. I want to help him out. I got a great idea. Rod, you got to write a book. You got to write a book and put your stories into a book. You got to do it. I'm going to help you out here. I'm going to help you out. If I show up, I'm going to help you out. I'll volunteer to be a bartender at Bikini Beach. Tips, whatever charity you want.
Carmen has to wear a bikini.
Hey, before he was an attorney, he really was a bartender before he was an attorney.
Number 2, I got to become
So I guess
Buffalo Chip special guest judge. All I'm asking. I've had a lot of milestones in my life. Judging a bikini contest, probably the biggest bucket list item I could ever have.
I'll see what we can work out on that.
There you go. There you go.
Somebody has to judge.
I'm willing to put myself out there and do it. I'm not.
So Woody, I have to say,
But I can't wait to get there. I can't wait to meet you in person. And quite frankly, I think this is going to be a fantastic year because a lot of people have been cooped up from COVID and they're ready to have some fun. And what better place than the Chip?
Yeah. Somebody says Lisa wants to know if you're going to bartend in a Speedo.
I'm going to spare everybody that.
So guys, I will say this for those of you just tuning in or don't know, and Woody, you may not know this either, but Carmen, one of the big reasons we're making this trip is Carmen is our primary sponsor. So he heard about it and he's like, absolutely, what can I do to help? So he is a big reason that 140 plus of us are headed to your place.
Yep.
So we appreciate him very much.
Well, Carmen, thank you.
I want the VIP tour, Rod, the whole thing.
You'll have it.
You'll get the latrine tour and the water truck tour. And
Right. Are you good at fixing toilets?
I used to do it. Trust me.
You probably get just about every tour you want if you're wearing a banana hammock.
Well, it's gonna be a pretty interesting day for Friday when you guys show up, and then Saturday we got some racing going on. That daytime be a lot of fun. Just to like I said, we got a lot of things that going on. Really don't ever get to talking about. So, but it's all on. It should be all on the website someplace.
That's Buffalo Chip. SturgisBuffaloChip.com.
Nope, I've got it.
Just BuffaloChip.com.
He doesn't know. Yeah.
I don't pay attention to what
It's
she's
scrolling
doing.
across the bottom. Everybody's been seeing it all along. Hopefully, they're going to the website and checking it out.
That's why I have her here. Somebody's got to keep me straight. I'm the one that has the ideas. She's the one that makes them work.
Hey.
There you go.
Hey. Well, that's handy. So yeah, congratulations on finding somebody to do all the work, but, and still be smiling and beautiful.
Yes.
Still keep
I'm
smiling. So
I
the
keep
world
telling him
record,
he'd make a good officer.
yes. Yep. World Record Poker Run, of course, is running from Florida to Sturgis Buffalo Chip. We are having parties along the way. So we're stopping in, well, first we start out with the kickoff party that's in Port Charlotte at the Twisted Fork, and everybody is invited to come. It's not just for the registered riders. We want all the registered riders to come, be there to each other before we take off, but we're inviting everybody to come. And then we've got, the photos are turning.
Yeah,
okay. And then we're headed to John Maxwell's in Georgia, the Harley Tech. So everybody's invited as well to come. That's a card pull. We'll go into our next card pull is in Eureka Springs. Everybody's party there. But we'll go into
Cheyenne's our next card.
Cheyenne's the next card pull. And then when we get to the Buffalo Chip, everybody's invited. So I want to make sure everybody knows you guys are all invited to come. I know like Professional Monkey's not going to be able to take this trip with us. I know El Buffalo is on here and he's going to be in Sturgis. So you guys.
Wind Road Therapy. So they know this, but I want everybody to know this, that come join the party. Join us when we roll in and we do our announcements and prizes and figure out who the winners are. So everybody's welcome. So yeah, if you're in Sturgis on that Friday, the 6th, come party with us. Come help us celebrate breaking the world record. Plus, we're bringing the world record to the United States. So it's not in the U.S. right now. So if we break it, it'll come from the U.K. to the United States. So what better place to make that official than the Buffalo Chip?
So we have a special Facebook event set up. And you guys can go to, I've got it scrolling across the bottom, supportbikers.com/World Record Poker Run Moto Meetups. And that's where you guys go to get the details. So if you want to know the details on what's happening there at the Buffalo Chip when we get there, then make sure you click interested or going on that Facebook event. And then you can go there to get notified on new things that are happening.
Professional Monkey wants to know what time to party at the Chip at that day.
What time did we have?
4 to 7, I think.
I think 4 to.
I believe it was 4 to 7. Of course, the party doesn't end at 7. You can stay all night and party. So I'm sure we're not going to say, 7 o'clock, we're out of here. Stay party. We'll hang out as long as you do. So it should be a good time. Well, not as long as you because you're staying the night, but you get my idea.
Yep.
All right. So, any other questions? Woody, anything you would like to tell everybody?
Oh, I'm just excited to see you guys coming. Excited that this whole thing's going to happen. We're 60 and a half days away. So it's not that far away until people start showing up. And for you, it's like 64 days, I think.
Yeah, we've got a counter on our webpage we'll have to look at. But yeah, we leave the 30th. So July 30th, we leave and head your direction. And we're averaging
10 hours.
We're averaging 450 miles a day. So, I mean, it's not for the faint rider either. And that's what we've told a lot of people is, you can ride 450 for one day, but can you do it 8 days straight?
Well, that's a respectable distance every day, no question. So a hot tub is going to feel real good for a lot of people.
Absolutely. And we have one gentleman that is 79 years old going on this ride.
Yep.
So him, his son, and his son's 2 cousins, the whole group are coming. So we thought that was really cool.
We thought the traveling Smiths, her husband's 71.
Right.
They thought they were the oldest, and then we got another. But they're coming from all over. We have them. We have people, even yesterday, somebody from South Dakota that signed up. So they're literally coming from South Dakota to Florida to turn around and ride this trip with us. So everybody's from everywhere. For those of you that don't know, we got 140 registered riders. So woo!
Well, we look forward to that. We're looking forward to you guys making the announcements of you're going to be making for these people, the different awards and so on. But yeah, we're just excited to see you coming.
We cannot wait to get there. Thank you so much for coming on tonight and telling everybody about the Buffalo Chip and yourself and sharing all your stories. I sincerely enjoyed it. I know everybody in the side chat really did too. So we're just, we can't thank you enough.
Well, my compliments to all you guys for all the work you've done. And Carmen, thank you for sponsoring this trip.
Fantastic.
And then you're welcome to stay on, Rod, with us. We're going to bring the Stevies on here as well. And we're going to be pulling for new veterans. So everybody's welcome.
I'll be listening for a little while, and then I've got an appointment that I've got to do. So I'll be not staying for the whole hour. But
all right. Well, if you duck off,
I will put myself on mute. So even if I can't resist saying something, I won't be interrupting.
you feel free to unmute and say whatever you want.
Yes.
So absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And if I don't get to before you leave, like I said, thank you so much for coming on and spending your time with us.
Yes.
We appreciate it.
Yes.
You're welcome, and thank you for allowing me.
I can't wait to meet you in person.
All right. It'll be my pleasure. Looking forward to it. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye. All right. Let me see, A-Rod.
So I want to bring up one thing. So Carmen, if you're really interested in that bikini thing, if you go onto the buffalochip.com on the events page and you scroll down a bit, they have a homemade mankini contest.
No.
I mean, you can probably judge that one if you want.
Bikini Beach. The offer was Bikini Beach. Wise guys. Everybody's a wise guy.
So does anybody know what the world's longest bathing suit contest is? I mean, we might figure out more records here.
Okay.
All right.
We just brought on a few more people.
Tape measures, or you're going to find a bunch of liars.
Right. Absolutely. All right. So for those of you that were here for the first hour, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. You got to listen to Woody from the world famous Buffalo Chip. I could just hang out with him all night and talk because he's got some stories that I would love to hear. So thank him so much for showing up. But now I know a lot of you have been waiting for this. Now it's time to announce the 4 more
Yes. So first, let the Stevies introduce themselves, tell us who they are and why they came up with this freaking awesome idea.
Hey guys.
Stevies. Hello.
Hi guys.
Tell them.
What are we doing?
Hi.
You're sharing with it. Hi guys.
He's messing with it.
She was picking her nose, so Sonny tried to zoom in on her.
Oh man.
All right.
I thought we were late.
There you go. Tell us who you
Oh
are.
no.
Like my new hat, guys?
Look at that. The beard.
Ooh.
You only had to ask for that for what, 3 months?
Oh man.
So she's wearing another man's name on her head. That's interesting.
It's all for
All right, guys.
advertisement, right?
Tell everybody about yourselves.
I'm Josh, and
I'm Amy, Miss Stevie.
we run the YouTube channel Stevie Foe. This whole thing about sending veterans on the world record poker run started when I realized that I was not going to be able to go, but I still wanted to pay it forward somehow. So I wanted to
Sorry,
pay
Stevie.
for a
Somebody
veteran's
needs to mute
poker
their
hand or
mic.
two. Why don't you turn
Somebody
up your
needs to
volume?
mute the YouTube.
All right.
That better?
Yep, sounds good.
Okay. So I wanted to pay for a veteran to go because I couldn't go, so I wanted to pay it forward. And then Sonny blew it up into what it is. So we have him to thank for all of this.
Not for all of it. It was just my idea to make it more complicated than it originally was.
Right?
All right.
So we asked to have a couple of other veterans that were on the list that would have been nominated. So we have Alex Rodriguez, which we all call him A-Rod. That's how we know him.
That's me.
And do you live in Fort Myers? You work in Fort Myers?
I live in Lehigh, so just
In
outside of
Lehigh.
Fort Myers.
I knew that.
All right. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself. Who you are, what do you do?
So I work at a power sports shop. I work at Sun Sports Cycle and Watercraft. I've also worked at Indian, Triumph, and Harley Davidson. I am, of course, a motorcycle enthusiast, which is why I got into the industry. So I ride all kinds of bikes. And I don't know, what else do you guys want to know?
Well, you were a veteran.
Yes, I am. I served with the 10th Mountain Division originally, and then I went over to the Florida National Guard, where I joined the 20th Special Forces Group. But unfortunately, prior to going to Special Forces School, this thing called Iraq happened. And after going to Iraq, I decided that I'd had my fill of following orders. So I wasn't going to go to school to learn how to go to war after coming home from war. Kind of made no sense.
Mm-hmm.
I understand completely.
Also had some fun down in Bosnia in '98, a little bit of time in Panama in '99. So I've kicked it around.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your service.
Yes. Yes.
My pleasure.
All right.
And then we got Miss Jessica. Miss Jessica, she's from this area. She is everywhere, and everybody knows Miss Jessica. She even there are patches, which I want to get a hold of a patch that says Team Jessica on it.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, Jessica.
Well, hi, everybody. I'm Jessica Moore. I actually work and live in Lehigh, so I'm not too far from you, A-Rod.
Nice.
I'm actually a United States Navy veteran. I went to Saudi Arabia during Desert Storm. And when I came home, I got involved with the American Legion and the VFW. And my biggest charity event right now is the Challenge 22. So I do a lot with the veterans and the Challenge 22 and K9 Line and veteran suicide. So that's what I've been doing for the last 5 years alone. And of course, I ride my own Harley. Sorry. I have my own Harley.
That should be another requirement. So, you ride a Harley. What is it?
I have a Heritage Softail Classic 2015. It's my baby.
Awesome. And then, A-Rod, what do you ride, buddy?
Actually, I've got a Harley Davidson Fat Boy and a Triumph Daytona, so I mix it up a little bit.
Ah, very cool, very cool. Stevie's, what do you ride?
What do you
I
ride?
ride a 2016 Road King that's Stevie O'd.
A bicycle.
And I have two, actually. I have a 2011 Honda Fury, and I just got a year ago, I got a 2020 Softail Deluxe. That's what I'll be riding on the World Record Poker Run, not the Fury.
Cool. Yeah, we didn't do this earlier. Toby, what do you ride, buddy?
I run a 2016 Road Glide CVO Ultra.
Awesome. Joe, what do you ride?
I am probably going to be the only sport bike rider in this whole group. I have a 2017 Yamaha FZ10. But I've got one thing that most of you guys probably don't have, and that's cruise control. So my wrists will be perfectly fine this whole trip.
Oh, gotcha. I got it already.
You go stand in that corner.
You can
Away
move.
from the
You
rest
can move the corners if you know how to do it. Or I can just put
Alright.
myself in the corner.
I ride 2005 Fat Boy. Were you gonna ask me?
I wasn't going to ask you. I kind of knew what you were. So, yes,
You know how to talk to you like that, funny?
I ride a 2005 Fat Boy and another 2005 Fat Boy and a V-Rod.
That's
Does Angie know this?
Yeah, Baby Badger's probably going to ride that to Sturgis. So watch for those videos coming. She's doing
He's
really
coming to Sturgis.
good. Yes.
He's coming to ride. That's awesome.
That is the plan as of right now. We'll see. We're going to Virginia in a week and a half. That's going to be like her test.
You got to come in like
Yes.
this.
That's awesome.
There's Baby Badger. Are you going to Sturgis? Are you riding? They want to know. Everybody wants to know.
Yep. It's the plan.
There you go.
It's the
Yep.
plan. We're going to Virginia. Yeah. In a week. All right.
Okay. All right. So the Stevies, do you guys have a hat and names?
We do.
Ooh.
Okay, so they're going to pick 2 veterans to go on the ride. And then we'll have Carmen and Casey because they got to pick the other 2 veterans. So
Let's rotate. So we'll have Stevies do one, then we'll have Carmen and Casey do one, and then we'll have the Stevies do one, and then we'll end with Carmen and Casey's.
that sound good?
I don't know. I'm just making this shit up as I go
Do we
along,
mess
guys.
anybody's plans up?
I mean, that's what he does all the time. We don't expect it any other way, but just
Okay,
completely
good,
made up
because
on the spot.
That's kind of the way I roll. All right, I got an idea. Let's do this.
Yes.
And then a World Record Poker Run happens.
I keep saying the military, we call them GFIs.
Right? All right. So, Stevies, pull that name.
Do you want to say it or do you want me to?
I probably won't be able to pronounce it.
Yeah, you will. All right. Here's the first one.
Dun, dun,
Put
dun.
them on the screen.
Robert Truex.
Robert Truex.
Robert, I don't know if you're on here, but if you're not, we will reach out to you and welcome you aboard.
So, Kobe, do you have
So-
information on Robert Truex? Where is he from and what is
Yeah, I was going to say there's a little bit of a funniness there because about 2 or 3 days, I don't know, whatever it was, after we had had the first drawing, he messaged me on Facebook and was like, "So I guess I didn't get selected, huh?" I said, "No, sorry." And then it turned out by the time we found we had done this conversation, I said, "But we're having this follow-up one because," so I just find that incredibly humorous. But yeah, he's a good U.S. Army veteran out of Kansas.
Very cool.
oh crap.
Oh,
Where-
crap.
I just remembered I don't have Chris on here. Where is Chris at?
I don't know.
Chris, but he's supposed to be on here representing the. Oh, hold on.
Okay. Anyway, I'm going
Somebody
to
to dip
continue on.
out to get him in there.
So, yeah. So why we have some more veterans to pull? So we had one veteran backed out just because the 450 miles a day was a little bit much for him. He, if I remember correctly, he was in his 70s, and he just was afraid it would be too much. And hey, last thing I want is somebody, hurting along the way or not being able to make it. So he's like, I don't think I can go. So he turned it back over to give that one away. And then the second one was we drew.
Okay, Joe. Yes. Do you mind if you can duck out? Because
It's all good.
The room's full, so we can't get him in.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks, Joe.
See you, Joe.
All right, we got one more coming in, maybe. If I
Maybe.
can find it. A-Rod, Stevie's. I don't see him. Tell him to request again.
Okay. Yes, well, if you hear us.
If you hear us, request again.
Try again.
And so
There's
the
a comment that says he can't get on.
The second giveaway we have is the guy we're trying to get on here. So his club. Oh, there
There
he
he
is.
is.
Hey,
Yeah,
how we doing?
he'll get to tell us.
There you go.
Sorry, Chris. Oh,
So anyway, he won one of the free trips, and he has donated it back. Chris, if you'll tell everybody who you are, and I don't know why that is
it
up
says
there.
mute mic in front of your face, and I have no idea why. Does it show that for everybody else too?
Can you guys hear me?
I can
Yes,
hear you.
Okay.
it
can
looks
hear you
fine
well.
here, but let's see. Try something here. Nope, can't do that. Try something here. Sorry, we're trying to solo layout. Let's see if it shows up. It doesn't. All right.
Okay, perfect. Okay. All right, Chris, introduce yourself and the club that you're a part of.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. My name is Chris Shine. I am the president of the Grand Rapids, Michigan chapter of One of Many Veterans Motorcycle Club. Our chapter has 5 different chapters in the state of Michigan, one in Flint, Lansing, Battle Creek, Jackson County, and then ourselves here in Grand Rapids. So we are an all-veteran motorcycle club that raises money throughout the year so that we can help our local veterans that are in need. We are a registered nonprofit. About a month ago or so, we had voted to say, we want to send a veteran to this trip. Unbeknownst to myself, a good friend of mine, Ken and Radine Shunk, that is also going on a world record poker run, had nominated me. Our intent was to go on this poker run. We're going no matter what, my wife and I, Michelle. But we wanted to send somebody that may not be able to go if they couldn't get this sponsorship. So our club voted, and we donated the $1,800 to send a veteran on this club or on this ride. And then I won a spot. So a little conflict of interest and not what we were intended to do with it. So got a hold of Angie and just asked if we could pull another veteran's name.
And what do you ride, Chris?
I'm on a 2018 Street Glide.
All right.
Thank you so much. I want to say this is great. Appreciate it. I know there's some others on the list that would love to do this, and I can't wait to meet you guys. And
yes, we're excited.
All
right. So, Casey, Carmen, we will turn it over to you guys for your first announcement.
Well, before I say anything, I got to give Casey a lot of credit. She's the one who put it on our website. She's the one who screened all the applicants. She's the one who did a lot of work on this. And we just appreciate you guys. We just appreciate you guys for putting it together. And then, Sonny, it was your idea at the Twisted Fork to do this, right? You remember that day? To sponsor a veteran.
To sponsor a veteran.
Yes, it was.
Stevie's.
What?
Part of the Royal Flush sponsor, so to be a Royal Flush sponsor, part of it was we would have you send 2 representatives.
Okay. Oh, you're correct. No, yeah.
And you guys, so that's when you guys had decided, instead of us sending, people, we're going to do veterans because we were talking about the veterans. So it was actually you guys that were like, let's send some veterans on.
You know what? To me, I couldn't think of a better thing to do. So I guess, Casey, do you want to announce our first winner?
I'll have it over. You're the one sending them. I did the back work, but I'm just happy to witness this live. I'll let you go ahead and announce the winner or winners or whatever you want to do.
Jessica, you're going to Sturgis. Congratulations, young lady. Your application was amazing. It was stellar. It was wonderful. And it was everything we were looking for in an application to go to Sturgis. So congratulations. Casey's going to hook you up with cameras. You're going to be a rock star by the time this is done. Everybody in the world is going to know your name.
That is awesome. Oh,
Can we just announce the one right now, too? Can we steal the spotlight? Sorry. Can we steal it and just announce a second one right now, too?
Sure.
Go for it.
Alex, you're going to.
Go for it.
Yes.
Alex is going
to. Unmute yourself.
And Chris, by the way, thank you very much for doing that. Doing that, what you did. It was really nice. Really nice.
Awesome.
Yay. And then we just saw Robert Truex say, he's like, what did he say?
He said, really? Here, let's pull it up. Really? I can't believe it. Dang it. I can't believe it. The second I stepped away, we drew his name. Well, Robert, congratulations, buddy. You are going on the world record poker run. Jessica and A-Rod, congrats, guys. You're going to travel with us from Port Charlotte all the way to Sturgis. You guys are both muted, so if you'll unhit mute, then you can talk.
L with such grace that I couldn't stand to go and pick another one when Alex took the loss with such grace. I'm like, no, we have to tell him too.
Guys, you don't know how much of an sorry.
You're unmuted. You're ready to go.
I just got to say, I thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm so grateful and blessed, and this is going to be just amazing. And I can't wait to join you guys in this ride and see everything, but also to represent us down here, us veterans down in this community and all over the country, on this ride. So I'm blessed and grateful, and I can't say thank you enough.
Awesome. Hey, Rob, anything you want to add? You'll have to unmute yourself.
All right. No, I'm honestly flabbergasted. All I can say is thank you, of course, so much. Sincerely, it's going to be amazing, and I mean, I'm just looking forward to the whole experience. I've never been to Sturgis, so this is going to be like life altering. I imagine I'm going to go start a YouTube channel like as soon as you guys have no idea what you're in for. Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm just going to make it up to you in so many ways, every single day, every mile of the trip.
If you haven't done a YouTube channel before, you have no idea what you're in for.
You guys are like 10 minutes from our office. So when we get all settled and you guys realize that this is real, we'll have you come to the office and we'll buy you lunch and we'll meet you guys in person.
Awesome.
Great.
Very awesome.
Oh, lunch is on you guys.
That's okay.
If you've ever seen my receptionist video, you gotta watch that. I think the Stevies have another person to announce, so let's get to it.
Well,
I'm just gonna tell you guys, all congratulations. I don't know why, but I'm like crying. I mean, I'm like so happy for you guys. It's just so awesome, and I get to meet you guys too. So I'm super happy about that. And I'm actually gonna let Stevie draw the last winner.
And this one, we'll make this the person that's going to represent the one of many veterans club. So let's see who that person is going to be.
Keith.
Keith.
Awesome. All right. So Keith, we met Keith in Eureka Springs. Yeah, I guess I shouldn't I? Following orders here. We met Keith in Eureka Springs. Oh, Keith just put a smiley face down. We met Keith in Eureka Springs. He is a veteran, and he's also law enforcement.
Yep.
So he is currently in law enforcement in Oklahoma. So super nice guy, and I'm super excited for him. So Keith.
And he's been practicing up. He's been going through Colorado. And in fact, he messaged me and said, I was with a buddy and he's like, hey, let's stop at this bar. Correct me if I'm wrong, Keith. But he's like, let's stop at this bar. And the bar they ended up stopping at was the Dirty Dogs bar that we're going to be going to in Golden, Colorado. So I was like, so what'd you think of the place since we're going to be going there? So let's go.
So Robert Truex is putting some more messages up. I'm going to throw them. You only started riding under a year ago, and to be able to be involved in this amazing event is more than I could have hoped for.
Now, Sonny, go back up to a comment before that of Robert's.
I'm working on it. That one? No, that's the same one. Going.
The one about his wife in the kitchen?
Yeah.
There's a lot of. Nope. Okay. There. I think this is it. Is this it? Wife is dancing and apologizing for.
There's one more after that.
In the kitchen.
The Instapot was being an asshole. And
The Instapot was being an asshole and not cooperating with her. Well, you know.
And I'll tell you something, a secret, not a secret thing. We talked about this in the last drawing that's unique about this is one of the other people that was selected in the last one was Ranjit. Well, Keith nominated Ranjit for that one. So they were Marine Corps buddies deployed together. So that's a pretty cool situation.
Is Miss Stevie still crying?
I think Jessica's got a permanent smile across her face. Alex, were you disappointed when Jessica won?
No, not at all. It doesn't work that way.
Okay. Awesome time, guys. This is great. I really is. I can't wait to see this record put on, supported, and then let some Canadians try to beat it. I dare them.
Well, so some of you guys probably joined us a little later and may not have heard this yet, but we ended registration last night. at 140. So we have 140 registered riders traveling across the country, 3,200 plus miles to break this world record. We also have support vehicles going. I know Carmen's following us. And then we have people that have said, I can't make the entire route. I'm going to join you guys in Eureka Springs or Durango. So we may roll into Sturgis with 300 or 400 people in one big group. So we're super excited about that. 140 is a lot. Now that we sit back and think about it, I mean,
and here I was thinking, let's do 400, and now look, I'm like, wow, 140 is a lot of people.
140. So we were thinking about this. A lot of people wish for 140 people to show up to their poker run on Saturday. That's like 4 hours and 40 miles. So for 140 people to show up in Florida to ride 3,200 miles over 8 days is, I mean, we're floored, flabbergasted. I don't know what else to say.
Well, Carmen, can I put you on the spot here? I don't know if this is true or not, but I think Casey had mentioned something about you and the wife planning on taking the RV and taking this trip with us.
That's the plan right now. That's the plan right now.
Did you get a spot at the Buffalo Chip?
Not yet.
You show up in the bikini and you will, I'm sure.
Toby, don't spread that, man. Just don't spread that. Please don't spread that.
My lips are sealed.
Thank you, sir. The whole internet's watching this. Badger Nation's watching it. Thanks. I appreciate it.
I mean, you already said it to Woody, so it may not matter what I say.
I remember exactly what I said to Woody. Trust me. Oh, here he is. Great. Woody, VIP tour. I'm back on it. I'm not wearing a bikini. Not enough money in the world for that.
I can't wait.
I'll tell you something else.
Carmen.
I'll tell you something else, Sonny and Angie. This is rolling out from Burt's. I know we did one year where the American Legion here in Elizabethtown did they do a rolling thunder into E-Town that kicks off the blues, bikes, and barbecues here. They hadn't canceled the last 2 years, but the last one had about 400 bikes registered for for their event, and it took about an hour and a half for them at least to clear out for that parking lot to empty of bikes. So you can imagine how long that would take from Burt's if it was that many.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's a lot. The 140 bikes is a lot traveling 3,200 miles. I mean,
well, and I know like Ranjit, I was talking with Ranjit and, he's got, I think his girlfriend that's going to be picking up in Colorado, maybe, I think, you know, taking just half the trip. So I know, you know, it's crazy the amount of, I haven't kept track of all the people that have reached out and said, hey, we're going to meet up with you, you know, in this area. I know there's people down here that said they were going to ride with us to like Tampa, right? And then go back. So
peel off,
and peel off. So it's going to be a party. It's going to be something.
Well, and so everybody understands this, right? This is a poker run, so it's not a group ride. We will have the cards drawn over like a 3-hour period. So if you want to leave at 7 a.m., you show up, get your card drawn, and you take off. You want to leave at 10 a.m., you show up at 9:55, get your card drawn, and take off. So everybody's not riding in a group or a pack. We figure that people are going to get to know each other and hang out and want to ride together, and that's perfectly fine. But you're not required to ride in any pack. You can ride alone, however you want to go about this. So keep that in mind, guys. We're not going to be riding in a big pack of 140. Thank goodness. I would hate to be responsible for that. But anyway, we'll be going from point A to point B, 140 bikes, and we can all kind of take our own path at that as far as how we want to ride and so on. So keep that in mind, guys. It's not 140 people riding together. We're all going to the same destination over a period of time.
And it's not 90 miles an hour.
It is not. And FYI, guys, we've got to turn in all the GPS data to the Guinness Book of World Records. So I know most of the GPSs track speed and mileage. So we can't have a bunch of them that say 95 miles per hour. because the Guinness is not going to dig that. So keep that in mind, guys. Just enjoy the ride. Have a good time. You do not need to do 1,000 miles per hour.
Your attorney won't like it either.
No, he won't like
Your attorney
it.
won't like it either.
Highly frowned upon.
So Carmen will be at our first stop going, okay, here's my card for you 95 mile an hours.
No, I won't.
And we have some Badger Nation sponsors that sell insurance, so make sure you got insurance before you go.
Yes, wisely.
So, now that we've got all the registration done, our big focus, guys, is the parties. So for those of you that are just joining, we're basically partying every night in every location. So we've had some people reach out to us, even in the places we don't have stops. And they're like, look, we would love for you to come eat and drink at our place that night. And we'll donate, say, 10% of the proceeds to Biker Down, who is our charity for this event. So pretty much every town, we're going to have some kind of party. So come and meet up with us. You can go on worldrecordpokerrun.com. You can see our route. You can see where our stops are. And you can come out and have a party. So come join us, hang out with the crew. Should be a really good time. And it'll be for a great cause. If you come out and eat with the family, 10% of that goes to Biker Down. So you can help out the cause and come out and eat with us. So keep that in mind, guys. If you can't make the entire trip, hey, look, I understand. Just come hang out with us. Anything?
Yeah, because I was messaging back and forth with Stephanie with the honor ones.
I gotta pull.
And I
this
know
up.
there's so much I want to say and talk about, but and I thought they would be on here because I asked who wanted to in the crew to join us. But I just want to say that they are the reason. They are the ones that reached out to the Buffalo Chip and made the connection with them there. So thank you to them for asking them and making that, that contact and connecting us with them. We truly, truly appreciate it.
So Robert Truex kind of made a good point here. He says, I'm guessing I'm going to be the odd man out being on a gold wing.
Nope. You have no idea. I have the list of all the people.
We've got all bikes, all types of bikes coming. All bikes are welcome. All trikes are welcome. I had a guy reach out and say, hey, me and my buddy want to come, but we're on trikes. Will that count? I said, absolutely. He bought his and his buddy's pass. But guys, the only thing that doesn't count is like a slingshot because they're considered I should have A-Rod telling about this, but they're considered an auto cycle.
Unmute.
All right. So yeah, we covered this a little bit in one of the shows earlier, but I want to go into details. So a slingshot in the state of Florida, for example, is an auto cycle, so it does not require a motorcycle endorsement in order to ride. Now that does change from state to state. Some states may require a helmet to drive a slingshot and a motorcycle endorsement. Florida just requires that you wear the seatbelt and have a valid driver's license. So it really does not fall under any category. No stretch of the imagination as a motorcycle.
So that's why they can't. You guys, if you have a slingshot, you're welcome to come ride along. You just can't be part of the world record.
Right.
So they'll only count motorcycles, trikes, stuff like that. So you have to have. I believe you have to have it licensed as a motorcycle, and you have to have a motorcycle endorsement to ride it for it to count in the world record.
There's been bikes that I'm like, what type of bike is this? I have to Google it. I'm trying to remember what that last one was. You said that somebody was riding, and that's the one from South Dakota. Do you remember? He's coming from.
Oh no, it's like an '81 Yamaha.
Wow.
I'm like, that's cool. I mean, I don't know how you deny that that's cool. To me, that's cool. I'm like, anybody that'll hop on an '81 Yamaha and ride cross country is just cool.
I thought it would be cool if we could bring the double-decker bus, but Carmen said no.
Right? That would have been cool. Guys, in front of their building, they have a double-decker bus, like one of those European buses. You know, like the Spice Girls did their video with.
The Spice Girls.
Right.
Carmen, you're killing me.
We got Carmen Spice in the house.
This is not going well at all for me.
Oh, I see Spice Girl reels in the future. Anyway.
You were doing it. It's
Yep.
in the brain.
We have an attorney who can make that happen.
Guys, this is how my life gets turned upside down. Anyway, so yes, what else do we need to announce about the World Record Poker Run?
So we had, of course, we had Woody on here for the Sturgis Buffalo Chip. We're going to be doing from here until the event. We're going to have guests coming on here. So we will have Carrie with the Switchback Bar in Eureka Springs, and Ann, who owns TNA Legend Saloon. So the two of them, they're going to do a live with them. So we get to know them and their area, what they got going on that night, if they've got a band coming, food, things like that. So look for that to come. In fact, I tried to schedule it, but it told me it was too far out before me to do that. So that's coming up. Twisted Fork with Bert Parsley, the owner of that. He said he wants to do it. Rebecca is with High Country Harley Davidson, and she's not going to do it. They've got a sales guy that likes to be in front of the TV, I guess, that they'll have him join us and talk about their location. And then I know Biker Down, Lori is working with Dirty Dogs to figure out a date and time that works for them. So our goal and our focus was on getting the registered riders registered by May 31st. Yes, we were up till midnight working on that. So we got that done. So the next focus is letting everybody know about those parties that we're having and for you guys to come join us.
Because most of the places are going to have some kick-ass raffles, which will raise money for Biker Down. So there'll be some good awards there. We'll just be having a good time. Some of them are going to have bands. So come out, have a good time, raise some money for Biker Down, and yeah, just come hang out with us.
Looks like Chris's phone died. That's why he left us.
I got you.
He posts on Facebook.
I was going to say something else, and it has left the building.
Left the building.
Yeah, it happens.
Because I talked.
The older I get, the more stuff leaves the building. I walk in the room and go, "What was I here for?"
Sponsors. We're looking for sponsors. So if you guys know of anybody that's going to be our focus now, is looking for anybody that wants to be a sponsor, the money's going directly to Biker Down. So anybody that wants to have their name on a moving billboard or at the different locations and parties, then have them connect with us.
Yes. I will be working on sponsorship probably right after we get back from Virginia. So this week we have family in town because baby Badger graduates high school. Next week we're in Virginia. Then the week after that, I will be hitting sponsorship hot and heavy. So if you guys have any ideas, suggestions, literally I'm just basically dialing for dollars for Biker Down. If you don't know what Biker Down is, so Biker Down is an organization out of Colorado that helps any biker that's went down. So they can help fundraise, they can help give advice, they can help connect you with resources. But they are a great national organization, and we selected them because they help all bikers. So if you or anybody you know has went down and they need some assistance, Biker Down is just an awesome organization. We couldn't be more thrilled to be raising money for them. So go check them out. It's bikerdown.org.
We need to raise money for this lady in her organization because we tend to send her, unfortunately, a lot of individuals that, friends, family, something's, happened. And so anything we can do to help them out.
Yes. So yeah, we've sent them a lot because they're a national organization. So from anywhere in the country, you can get a hold of them and they will help you as best they can.
Don't do a GoFundMe, people. No GoFundMes. Reach out to Biker Down.
They don't charge any fees. So they'll set you up a GoFundMe type of fundraiser that you can share on your social media, and they don't take any fees from it. So all the money raised goes to you and your family. So absolutely. What else you got?
All right.
We
have World Record Poker Run merchandise that is on the website. Go to supportbikers.com. That is the original logo that we had done, and it is available in t-shirts and tanks and hoodies and cups.
You take over.
It isn't the official rider shirts because those are only going to go to the riders who registered. But yes, so those are available. Again, that money is going to go straight to bikerdown.org. So go check that out and go to the website. And Sunny ran off. I think he went to go get his shirt. Okay, here it is.
Live and in person. Hi, guys. There's the front of the shirt. Should I make it where we're big?
Yes.
I'm making myself
I
large.
don't want to be larger.
How do I do that? I don't know how
Here
to
we
do
go
that.
again. Told you about talking like this.
I
on the
can't
show.
see the little buttons. What the frick?
Hey, Rod, for your future reference of doing YouTube channels, talking like this is what gets you this particular thing demonetized.
Here, I'll go this way.
Oh,
Yeah,
it works
So
out really
there's
well
the
in the
front
end.
of the shirt. And
I
then
do it for the
back
gold.
has all the logos of all the stops, all of the crew, the whole 9 yards.
It's a lot of logos.
A lot of logos.
But a lot of cool places, people on here.
So all profit from all sales goes to Biker Down. It's not a profit thing. So if you buy a shirt, they'll ship it to you. When they send us a check, that all goes to Biker Down.
So what if somebody doesn't make it on the poker run? Can they still buy the shirt?
Yes, these are public shirts.
Those are
Anybody
public.
can buy those.
Yep,
Okay.
those are available.
And then the
anybody
people
right
that
now.
go will have their own?
Yes. So when they register, they get their one free shirt, and they had an opportunity to buy more shirts. Again, money was going to bikerdown.org, so they got the ability to go in and
Order extra
order
stuff.
extras and a patch.
You can get your own.
So yes.
Stole my hat. I'm gonna steal your shirt.
The shirts, the cups, everything on our website. That's all the public stuff. Then we're having specially made shirts for all the riders that say they rode the poker run and set the record. So, but you can only get those if you actually do the poker run. So, anything else?
The mankini.
I can't think of anything else. What about you guys?
Bill.
What did he say?
Shirt of Mankini.
Those who were selected tonight, congratulations. But make sure you jump on, and if you're on Facebook, get on the World Record Poker Run Facebook group page. It's a private page.
Will do.
Yes. That's where all the riders can kind of talk to each other. I know there's some people on there that want to share hotel rooms. So if you're wanting to save a little money and don't mind bunking with a complete stranger, then you can save some money and share split rooms with another biker.
Yep. Robert, Alex, Jessica, get in touch with us so we make sure we get you guys your registration waivers signed. I guess there is something else. I can sit here and think about a bunch of stuff. So lodging is now live for everybody to go on and look at lodging, whether you're a registered rider or not. This is for everybody. You can go sportbikers.com/lodging, and that has all the different hotels that Amanda, thank you very much, Mandy the Machine, put together for us. You'll see 4 or 5 or so locations there. The first tab will be where the crew's staying. And if you guys have questions about lodging, so let us know. Same thing with Hull Bikes. Hull Bikes, we partnered with them. They were helping us out with transporting bikes. So that's open for everybody. We got our own special link that you guys need to go on to get the discount and the customer service. That's also live and on our website as well under sportbikers.com/bike services, bike-services maybe, but it's on there. You guys will find it. All right.
Yes. Anything else that we need to announce, guys? Oh, I do want to say this. So we normally do Saturday night lives. For the summer, we're going to Tuesday night lives, which would be tonight. A couple reasons. One, it's the summer, and 2, it's when all of our bars and all could actually be free and come on the show, because Friday and Saturday nights are their money-making nights, so they can't take an hour off to come on to a live. So we have moved it to Tuesday nights for the foreseeable future, probably till we get back from Sturgis. Then we'll probably, as the winter comes on, we may go back to Saturdays. Or if we're doing really great on Tuesdays, we may stay here.
Yeah.
But it's going to be Tuesday night lives from now
For
on.
our stops.
And we're going to have special guests all of our stops in the next few weeks. So watch for that. But change your calendar, people. Mark it. It's Tuesday nights now.
Just be honest. You didn't want to compete with John Travolta anymore.
That's it.
With John Travolta, was he?
Bill has a good question on here. Do the veterans that were selected need to reserve their rooms?
They do not. We've already got them reserved and have had them reserved.
Alex,
So,
Jessica already done. Taken care of.
Yeah, rooms are already reserved. So the way it works, guys, when you show up for the event, you're going to get a $400 card for food and a $400 card, probably one card with $800 on it. That'll be your food and gas for the week. So you can spend it however you want, but once it's gone, it's gone. So it essentially leads up to $50 a day in food. So however you want to spend that. And then the hotel and motel rooms are all taken care of. So that is for you guys. Like I said, when we start it, you guys will get that. And then any extra, you can spend it however you want. Any other questions, guys?
Anything that we should have covered that we didn't cover?
Wouldn't surprise me.
I'm sure there are things I'll think about afterwards. I'll be like, man, I didn't talk about that. I didn't mention that.
Somebody asked earlier, I think it was Throttle Fiend asked about the app or the GPS app you're talking about for the ride.
So I have calls out to a few GPS apps. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm looking for one of them to step up and go, yeah, we want to be the official app for the World Record Poker Run, and we're willing to do X, Y, and Z. So I haven't decided which one because nobody has told me that yet, but that's truly what I'm after. I'm just after a company that wants the exposure of being the official GPS app for the World Record Poker Run. And they're willing to do whatever it takes to be that. So I'm working on that, guys. I will probably announce it maybe the week before the run. You'll just have to download the app and do whatever login, and then it'll track whatever. So
And we may have two, actually.
we may have two. I've been told to have two. So if one craps out, you got a backup. Because honestly, guys, if one craps out and we miss a chunk of then that could mess up our whole record. So we'll probably be redundant in the fact I'll probably have you download two GPS apps, maybe one of your choosing and then our official one. I don't know exactly yet, but a backup wouldn't be a bad plan.
That's really not a bad idea, Sonny.
Yeah.
So that's it, guys. So since Guinness isn't going to send an official down here, we have to basically officiate it ourselves. So the more data we can send to Guinness, the easier to get our record certified it's going to be. What does this mean? Well, what it means is we won't be certified a record for probably 2, maybe 3 months after we make the run. Because once we make the run, then I have to take all of your game cards, all of the GPS info, all of that, and have to turn it over to their investigators. Then they have to do their whole investigation. And honestly, they are moving at a snail's pace on everything right now. If I send them an email, it's 2 weeks before I get an answer back.
Oh my gosh.
So if that tells you how long it's going to take them to go through all the data. So I guess that would be one thing that I want to tell everybody that's riding the ride, patience with us. And if we ask you to do something, we're not just asking you so we can track you. There's a reason. There's a reason behind it for the Guinness World Record.
It's a good thing they're not a law firm, huh?
Do what?
Yeah. It's a good thing they're not a law firm, huh?
Yep.
So anyway, guys, I will let you guys know just as soon as I know what app we're going to use for sure. I'm working on it, I promise, but I'm still just looking for the right fit. All right. Any other questions?
All right.
All
Say we call it a night. We got company that just flew in from Missouri to here.
So we've got them for the next week. And then, like I said, we head to Virginia. So
Yes.
I know we're going to see a few of you guys in Virginia for the VAMM. I know Toby will be there. Can't wait to meet you, buddy.
Yeah.
And I know a bunch of people in here are going to be there. So I cannot wait to meet you all. We will see you guys in a week. Are we having a Tuesday call next week? I mean, a video? Do we have anyone
Oh,
next week? Yes.
no, we don't for a couple weeks.
All right, so
because
we're
of
not going to do one
everything.
next week because we're going to go to Virginia, but we will see you the week after that. But of course, watch our lives. We'll be live in Virginia and everything else, so we can't wait.
Yes.
Guys, have yourselves a great night.
What's Toby got? What did he show?
He's got donations for the World Record Poker Run. Thank you guys so much for coming on. Congratulations, A-Rod. Congratulations, Jessica.
And Robert.
Congratulations. Okay, you finish.
And Keith.
To Keith and Robert. I want to thank the Buffalo Chip again. Woody, thank you so much for coming on here. It was a blast talking to you. And guys.
Our royal sponsors, Casey and Carmen. We wouldn't be doing this without you. Making it happen.
This is going to be an epic, epic journey. We can't wait to share it with all of you. Again, thank you so much, guys. And good night.
Thank you to all of our service members for your service. And on behalf of Bill Warner, go Army, beat Navy.
And if you guys just hang out a second, I'm going to end the broadcast, but we'll still be on for a second.
And we keep getting told we always cut off, so we're saying bye now, and then
so long, farewell.
With that broadcast.